Click on the stream, light the spark. Steve's very own, tearing through the dark. Boom, my fingers on the keys. Old school rhythm, bend in the breeze. Building his world one clip at a time. Pixel by pixel, climbing the climb. No map, no guide, just the screen's glow. Steve very own and the show. Hey chat, you there? Hey chat, who cares? Steve's very own, breaking the code. He's got the fire, riding the load. Steve's very own, the crowd's his home, streaming his soul into the unknown. Gamepad shaking, voice alive. Every moment's fight or survive. Boomers laugh, cuts through the air. Trolls and fans, they're all out there. Pixels crackle as the scenes collide. He's got the heart to stem the tide. The grind, the rise, the late night tunes. Steve
That's quite big.
under the moon. Steve's
Impressive.
breaking the code. He's got the fire, riding the load. Steve's very own.
People say I am the best boss. They go, God, we've never worked in a place like this before. You're hilarious. And you get the best out of us. I think that pretty much sums it up.
Morning, good afternoon, good evening, Mr. Andy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What a day. So added, it's not a puppy cam. It's a snow cam. That's what we got going on with a minus 12C. How are you, Andy? How are you?
Oh my God!
Get dancing Karen. Snow. I gotta make a snow thing, I guess. I don't know. I just thought, yeah, it'd be something different. I am from a week of hell with tech. A week of hell with tech. Windows, Linux. Sorry about that. It's tech.
Andy242 has joined the chat. Welcome to the stream.
Everything's late, and now my trigger's not working. What the? Oh, because I got him in the wrong spot. Oh, God, Andy. You might want to take that back. Oh, here we go. Okay, first, Windows started messing up. It was, okay. Thankfully, the mic is still working. So there was a big update, the first of the year for Windows. A lot of security stuff in that. I was having problems getting OBS open. I was having problems with the desktop opening. Just all sorts of issues, which you've seen. It's the update that I think ends in 1409. Oh, I uninstalled it yesterday, and things started working fine. And then this morning, oh, sometimes there's years like this. Yeah, yeah, I've had them for 69 and it's still going. Um, so um, let's get some. Maybe we'll play some punk music this morning. I don't know. Get my day going. So the update kind of messed up a couple things. Not only for me, but for many, many users. I noticed it when I went for my doctor's appointment last week for my follow-up on my hand. They had a hard time getting into their scheduling system and everything else. Nice going, Microsoft. Well, Steve, you should be on Linux. You would be fine. Well, guess what took a dump on me this week? You know, I love pop. I've been on pop, regular pop for 4 years, pretty much since Peppermint kind of changed. But Steve, you should be on Linux. You should be fine. Yeah. Let me fix my glasses here. No. There was there's constant updates on the new Pop Cosmic. I love the desktop. It's beautiful. I'm a GNOME guy now. I've been a GNOME guy for a while. As long as there's computers, there's problems. That is so effing true. So, there were, and Pop, they're constantly, it's, I think it still needs to, bake a little bit. But I think it's a beautiful desktop. I love it. But having problems with, I'm like, okay, let me install OBS and let me see if I can start getting back into some Linux here. I think I showed the video of what was happening with OBS and the docks, right? That was bad. Did a big update on Pop. Guess what? It crapped the bed. It shit the bed. It splattered crap all over the place. No, it didn't, because it didn't do anything. Would not boot. I couldn't get into TTY. I'm like, you know what? And I've been testing Pops and the Pop Cosmic since one of the alpha releases. It was a later, I waited a while, but pretty much since Alpha 7, I think. Not the problems that it was new, and yeah, there were issues in that, but not the problems I'm having now. And I think it might be because of my RTX 4060. But it installed the NVIDIA. Only was a driver. It did that fine. Because I just did a brand new install. I was testing it on a smaller SSD. I did a brand new install, fresh install. And after a couple weeks, it just, I'm like, and I have it on my wife's laptop, the laptop I gave her. Now it's just has an Intel card in it. We've been having little issues there. I might be changing her. So what am I going to do? Okay. I kind of would like to stay. I know I'm not going to get all the good updates. Like the NVIDIA driver was 580. It's in 590 now, like with like Arch. Okay, the 80's okay. but you know, it's never going to be fully up to date. But it's simple. The OBS install from using the PPA, you know, from their website is, you know, the most up to date and most up to date OBS, and you pretty much almost every plugin developer now is making but it's based on Ubuntu, right? Being an Ubuntu system. But it's just crap. So what am I going to go with? Okay, you know what? Zorin OS is another version of Pop, not the Cosmic, because they use a GNOME desktop and they customize it with you know, extensions. And that, you know, oh well, don't do GNOME because the extensions will break, right? They're gonna break. We're gonna break the extensions, you know, because we change GNOME twice a year. They have so many versions of everything these days. So I don't know. It's because the NVIDIA install. 15 minutes of the live USB, and I'm still not in the testing mode for Zorin. You know, I can see it's doing something with NVIDIA. It's getting that going. The screen goes, you know, and then just like and I can't get into again like TTY like to see everything that's going on. All right, screw this. You know what? What? Booting from a live USB did not work. Well, you know, a lot of the Ubuntu, like depending on the installer that they use, they do a system check and then they do this check. So you got to go through all these checks, and if you like stop the check still goes on for a while. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. I'm what do I got? You know what? I'm gonna go with Endeavor again. And I'm gonna be on my main system is gonna be an Arch-based system.
Welcome to my stream.
Hello, Miss Yvette. How are you? You like our snow? You like that?
YS Books has joined the chat. Welcome to the stream.
Looks the same there. Yeah. It's only supposed to be like 25% chance of snow, and there it is. So we're talking about computer woes. No, not Steve. No. And I know what you're thinking. It's your plugins. But we're just talking about systems themselves. So we're talking about Linux right now. And okay, she's going to be like 25%, not 25 inches. They're supposed to get more snow in Kentucky than we are up here. Go figure. Kentucky's supposed to get about 4 to 5 inches of snow. Kentucky. Ice storms in Texas. Ice storms in Minnesota. So I decide, okay, I'm gonna I hear one of my friends, KDE is so good now. So I installed Endeavor OS with KDE. Well, it looks good. You know, it's a good Windows look-alike, but with a lot of customization. Way too much customization. The settings suck. And what sucks is the login screen. I tried, I looked it up. I tried every way to get it to be this monitor, and this monitor, but the mouse would start off on my left monitor. I couldn't go right across the other two. I had to go left and out and like around. It's like going around the room, the mouse. Okay. This isn't working. And I'll be honest, I didn't give it enough time, but it's like, come on. Oh, they're predicting 9 inches to a foot there. Ooh, baby. There might be time to get a nice snowmobile, a snow track instead. Turn your e-bike into a snowmobile. Put some snow tires on it. Well, you stay warm. As I'm trying to. So, all right. I'm going to do the online install of Endeavor. We're going to install GNOME Desktop. I love it. It's beautiful. I even made a quick video. And right now I'm trying just to do flat packs instead of, like going through the AUR, Andy. Had OBS going, and I know there's not a lot of plugins. I would not be able to do some of the stuff I do on a flat pack OBS with flat pack plugins. Thankfully, Exeldro and Finite Singularity have done theirs and most of theirs in flat packs. So all the basic ones that I use would be great. Mr. Oz. Oz is down in Florida. He's like, oh yeah, man, there I am on the beach.
Welcome, traveler.
Osvaldo Soto 8712 has joined on YouTube. Welcome to the stream.
Oz, a friend of Stephanie's lives down, probably not far from you, and she said it was 70 yesterday. Told her to shut up. But Andy, then the flat pack, after I loaded up and everything was working, and I could only load, like I got 34 plugins with on Windows. I had 32 on my Linux before. I think I could only get about 15. It'd be doable. It'd be a different stream. But guess what? Then the OBS Flatpak wouldn't open. I literally had to uninstall it and reinstall everything. I found out that when you uninstall OBS, it uninstalls the OBS Flatpaks too. But Steve, GNOME Desktop's not functional. You can't, you got to use extensions. And I'm just waiting for Carmine, Total OS, to get in today because he loves Zorn. Most of the time he uses the XFCE one. But Zorin, the main, is GNOME with extensions. I made a video. A very brief video of my desktop. Let me... Okay, now let me find it. You're here somewhere. Here we go. Pause this, bring it back. Okay. So of course I changed it. Endeavor had a real good desktop before, and they have pretty bad wallpaper. You think I stole one of your playlists? Sidetrack. I'm gonna be like our president. I'm gonna sidetrack here. I'm gonna weave. My best favorite soundtrack is from Gross Point Blank with John Cusack, where he tries to play a nutty little bit and mini drivers in it. the songs on there and a lot. It's a good soundtrack. I really like it. If you is this your playlist? Although I don't actually think there's an album. They never made an album or a soundtrack album with the music, but you can find it on YouTube Music or that, you know. But Gross Point Blank. So I digress here. So this is what. Actually, let me reduce this a little bit so it could be seen here. Okay. So this is a GNOME desktop, customized with plugins. I got, isn't that beautiful? And I've had that wallpaper for a while. I did blur my shell, so you got a nice blur background instead of solid. But Steve, you had to use extensions. All right, Zorin users, you are using extensions. Is that a beautiful desktop? I'm home. I love GNOME. So that's my tech woes for the week. And then but then Zoom. My wife was gonna do a Zoom call with her friend down in Florida at the who used to work at the library with her. Couldn't get Zoom to work. Screwing up. I had the Zoom. I had the flat pack. GNOME is really nice for laptops as well. Gestures just work. Yeah. My gesture works. Oh, sorry. I hate when it does that. So yeah, so and then now the laptop I gave my wife, I gotta look at it, I gotta take it apart tomorrow. The fan is making noise. Like, oh my gosh, what is going on this week? And it's gonna continue. So then this morning, okay, last night or yesterday, before we went out, yesterday, a big congratulations to my son. He got his 4th-degree black belt. Only 2 people had gotten it from his school. We're going up to 4th degree. They had a bunch of new 1st-degree black belts at the testing yesterday, and he got his 4th. Now to get a 5th-degree black belt, that's a long program. That's about a 3 to 4 year program. But if he gets this 5th degree, if he sticks with it, gets the 5th-degree red belt, he'll be a master. Because once you get your 5th-degree black belt, you become a master. So congratulations, Kaz. So that was really good. But before we went out yesterday, I made sure that everything was working on Windows. Okay, I'm good. I uninstalled that one update that Windows had. We're all good. This morning, OBS wouldn't start. It would start. It was in the task manager, but it wouldn't show up. Like, what? Went to task manager, closed it, restarted it, nothing. Rebooted, nothing. Rebooted again, came up that OBS had crashed on its last start. So I did a start in safety mode. Started, closed it, and then now we're here. It's like, oh my gosh. What the hell? Now with those problems, like the rest, you know, everything else is compared to what's happening. That's super minor. Steve, quit being a whiny little. You know, just yeah, it's like that, you know. Oh my gosh. So that's what I got going on. Wow, did you tell me how the weather is down by you? I don't know if I want to know, right? I don't know if I want to know. Uh-huh. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, you won't hear my music. Got to come over to Twitch to hear the music. We're playing some 80s punk today. Um, 70s to 80s today down near Miami. Boo! Boo! Oh, most of the country's in this kind of like snowy. It's actually not too deep out there right now. It's going to be relatively easy to shovel because it's very light and fluffy. You want some snow, Oz? Oz used to live in Chicago. He knows this. But he would be he'd be cold now because he's so used to Florida. It's like Vince in Sydney, Australia. Yours is mixed with sleet. I think you talk about it, but yeah, a lot of the ice storms down, like I said, down in Texas. There's supposed to be a bunch of 4 inches or 5 inches of snow in Kentucky with some ice after that. Wow. It's too cold for heavy snow. It's going to be light and fluffy. Should be relatively easy to shovel, but it's going to be cold. Like I said, it's like 12 C, actually 10 C by me. What is that? I keep changing my thing here. 11 Fahrenheit. 11 degrees. Oh. Will it slow anything down? Oh, yours is not to stop to midnight. Ours was supposed to go from like 4 to 7. Let's see what the forecast is. Didn't really look at it, so. Yeah, it's not really. It's supposed to have stopped now. Now tomorrow's going to be sunny and a whooping 8 degrees Fahrenheit. But we don't see a rise in temperature until we will be in the teens until next Saturday, and then we'll be in the 20s. And I'm talking Fahrenheit here. Do people still put pieces of furniture in front of the house to save their parking spot? I think in the city, not here in the suburbs. So Chicago and probably most big cities, if you live in the city and your especially if your apartment or your house was kind of like on a main thoroughfare and you dig out your parking spot, people would put a lawn chair to save that so you couldn't park there. I dug this out. This is my place to park, my lawn chair, my spot. I still believe they do, Oz. I still believe they do. Yes, in the city, but most of us have driveways here. Yeah. Yeah, we have a driveway. You know, you can get 6 cars in my driveway. Not that I'm telling you to park in my driveway. But by next on the 2nd of February, it's supposed to get up in the 30s. So we got this Arctic blast right now. Let's see. Andy, what big city is near you? You don't have to tell me exactly where you live, but what big city is near you in Germany? Frankfurt. Oh yeah, you're cold, but not as cold as us. You're as Fahrenheit, you're 34. But we're as warm as Norway. We're as warm as Stavanger, where Han CCT lives. The Gulf Stream does its thing. So, weather. Can't live with it and can't live with it. But there's two, at least here, we see these. There's probably more, but there's these 2 YouTube guys. One's called Max Velocity, and the other is Ryan Hall, y'all. And they always, every day, this storm's gonna change things. This storm's gonna change things. This storm's gonna affect the whole, you know, and it's like all big. And it's like the same every day. I'm like, okay. I look outside now. Okay. No snow. Is it cold? Go in the garage. Garage is freezing. It's cold outside. Because if our garage, on average, our garage, because we have an attached garage to our house, on average, the garage is 10 degrees warmer than outside. And that goes through the summertime. So it's if it's 90 outside, it's 100 in the garage. Max has a app now at Live Storm Chasers. And he says one day they'll be right. Like, see, I always said it. But it gets hard, you know, in this weather to get out, especially if when you're older. Although it doesn't stop me, you know. Like we went to unfortunately, he's okay, but my father-in-law's in the hospital, so we went to visit him yesterday after the karate tournament or the black belt testing that my son was in, and his wife was there, you know, and she goes, "Oh, it's snowing out. You guys gotta go." It's like, not snowing that bad yet. But you know what I notice when it gets to like 0 here, people drive like they're in the snow.
Oh, my car is cold. I can't go fast. Oh, no, it's not gonna go.
Like, it's just cold out. Once your car warms up, you're good to go.
No, I can't go fast.
Ah. So what's happening in you guys' neck of the woods? I'll try to avoid. There was another shooting. There was another shooting in Minnesota yesterday. This one, another blatant one. Um, Guy, actually turns out he was a nurse and he was out filming ice. You shouldn't be driving fast in the snow, black ice in the snow. I'm talking, it's just cold. There's no snow, and it's freezing out, but people are driving like there's snow out. That's that's what I mean. You know, it's like perfectly clear roads. But yeah, it's another unfortunate. I don't know if even unfortunate is the right word. Of course, they came out. The guy walked up to him with a 9mm automatic pistol. There's video of there's video of all this stuff, right, from different angles, and he had his camera, and he's filming them because they had just thrown some girl to the ground, and they push him back, and they start tackling him, and I don't know, you don't hear what's going on, but he's got a carry conceal license, so he did have a pistol belt, but he didn't pull it out. They got it off of him. You see one of the agents turn around and he's holding the gun in his hand. While the guy's on the ground, they shoot him. It's fucking crazy here. It's been crazy for a long time, but now it's just like it's just insane. And right away he's a terrorist, and he walked up to them, and they're taking pictures and posting it. Yeah, we got his gun. He tried to kill us. Just insane. I don't want to go down that road too much today, but it's just, oh, come on, And then our babbling presidents, grandpa driving the car and no one wants to tell him to pull over. He's the one speeding through the snow and the ice and welcome to America. So anyway, does anybody see any good movies this week? Whether not going at home, you get a DVD. I'm gonna watch later on today. My wife brought me home from the library. Tron Ares. On the Windows topic, did I get it fixed? Not particularly. Once I uninstalled that update, because what happens is it boots in and it takes, like, the login screen is blank. Bing wallpaper's not showing up. Then when you go in, you'll see the taskbar, but no wallpaper, nothing starting. If you click on the menu tab, nothing. Then eventually it all comes up, but then you still can't get in the menu. Yvette's been watching people react to the Hunger Game on YouTube. Doesn't feel like much movie much these days. Yeah, it's just look out, just look at TV, right? So, but it was here. I'll let me. So I've now paused my updates for 2 weeks, just in case. Then it was this update, KB 5074109, that if you have a Windows machine and it's acting up, you need to uninstall this. For some it's messed up there. I don't use one piece, no, one cloud. What is the Windows thing? I don't even activate it. One cloud, one drive. There it is. Thank you, Miss Yvette. But yeah, so this update, it was a big security update. It came down on the 15th, or I installed it on the 15th. They're not going to send a patch out until Patch Tuesday in February to kind of fix that. So if you have that installed and you're having issues with the cloud, any cloud services or anything like that, or like what I was doing, my desktop would stay blank for a while. I couldn't get into anything. Go down to uninstall updates. Now this is Windows 11. I don't know about Windows 10. You probably don't have that problem. And then you come in here and you can uninstall the last couple your updates. Yeah, Windows would not be so, or Linux is actually not easy to uninstall any updates. They don't do their updates like that. So with Windows or with Linux, you have to pretty much either be on a atomic system, so you can roll it back. Silver Blue or one of those, or even doing a snapshot. Because Windows really doesn't do their what was it, time something. I thought that was great. I used that a lot on Windows 10. But yeah, so that update that ends in 4109. If you're having problems with it, and then hold off on your updates for a while. But oh no, did I just kill shit? Killed streamer bot, and that's good. Oh, sometimes when you kill streamer bot, it doesn't reconnect again. Oh, there we go. Woo. All right, we're working.
What a boomer.
All right, yeah, I know. Ah. And then I have problems with the hand still. I'm looking at ergonomic ergonomic mice, like the tower one, the ones that like are on a handshake, because and the back button can't be near it. Either that, I just go back to a very generic mouse with just the right and left click and no buttons. But I constantly, my thumb is like what did I do? I closed something. I opened something. Twice last week, I was building things or something. One day I had my hair, I look like a mess. Realized that I'm streaming on Twitch. Nova Charter gets it. Hey, Steve, I'm at work. I'm lurking. Good thing you're lurking, because I'm like, close. And 20 minutes. I was streaming for 20 minutes. And then Cody, I was having problems with the Atom multi-stream plugin. It would crash OBS when it would close. So I went back to the old reliable multiple output plugin to multi-stream. And because I don't stream multi-streams, I've cut back on that. So on YouTube, you won't see me most of the time during the week. I hit the start streaming somewhat on the multiple output. It looks like it's this. So right now I'm streaming on YouTube. I don't have the automatic start set up because I want to start YouTube, you know, by itself. In case I ever want to stream just to YouTube, which might not be the case. I hit the start and I was streaming on YouTube for like 20 minutes, and Cody's like, all of a sudden I'm like, Cody Akalamer has joined the chat. I'm like, oh no, not again. Close it, deleted the stream. My hair's like, you know, it's like, oh, what a maroon. What a maroon.
What a boomer.
Yeah, what a boomer. So that's the issues I'm having with my hand. So I went to the doctor last week for a follow-up. All of a sudden, after all this, she goes, well, you're probably going to be lucky that you get 50% back, but it's going to take about a year. So I got to follow up again in February. We're going to, I'm waiting for therapy. I'm going to start therapy. One of those trackball things, not for you? Not particularly, because it's the way arm, hands, whatever. So I can't both here. I can't like here, give me your money. I can't. That's as flat as it gets. So this position, because you can get those tower mouses, right? The Eagle ergonomic ones. But like one I was looking at, still I have to keep, and actually if I have to hold the mouse, I'm actually twisting my arm more this way to keep it straight. And that I'm, you know, my fingers are turning in different directions. You know, it happens when you get old. All of a sudden, shit don't work right. I bought my wife one of these little, what are they called again?
Sama by 4 Lee has joined on YouTube. Welcome
Hey,
to the stream.
Sam.
Oh, hello there.
Yeah, the vertical mouse or the tower mouse, that's what I'm looking at, because I got to look at the back buttons can't be near my thumb. I got to be able to raise it. And even that way, I can't get my thumbs up like with my left. I could keep my thumb below my fingers, but with my right, I can't lower it any further. And I'm noticing that if I like, I'll click on the left mouse clicker, but I'm also clicking on the back button, and that like double opens stuff. But it is uncomfortable to use a regular mouse. I don't know. And there was one that was recommended. I was looking at it, but it's like, it's kind of what it would probably work in Linux, but it's got like a bunch of bells and whistles that you need to install the software on. I don't need the bells and whistles because a lot of them combine gaming with, you know, their gaming mouses in a way too. And I don't game, or if I game, it's like once a year, at least on the computer. But yeah, I try to keep, or I start training my left hand and get a left-handed mouse. Become ambidextrous. I way back when, back in '92, I had rotator cuff surgery on my right, and I'm just a mess. And this is what happens when you don't keep up with therapy and exercising. You fuck yourself up. Excuse my language. The Logitech MX vertical mouse looks nice. After all, a regular mouse is not the natural position for the hands. Yeah. So I would like a decent one, but I don't want to spend a ton of money on one, Because then actually, the problem I'm going to have is I guess might have to keep the mouse up on the desk. Wouldn't be able to keep it on the keyboard table drawer that it pulls out. Make an Amazon wish list? Yeah, I guess I could. But maybe I'll take a trip to Micro Center this week. Or I don't know what would be better. I don't think a trackball thing would really work for me. Although I'd have to look at it. Sam says, bad shoulder, arthritic spine, disc issues, bad left hip, bad knees. I'm lucky to make it upstairs to bed at night. Yeah. Um, I could look at um a touchpad for the computer, maybe? But do they work on Linux too? I know works with touchpads, yeah. Let's see, let's take a look. Yeah. Let's see. Of course, the Apple one, that's just look at this one. Let's see. Ultra slim metallic design, anti-slip, high precision, intense sensitive touch. Look, one of these looks nice. The ProArc Bluetooth trackpad. Do they make keyboards with have a look at the ProArc E11NL. That's a vertical mouse, seems quite affordable. Okay. This is the ProArc Bluetooth. So let's see. Not compatible with Mac, Chrome OS, or Linux. Not recommended for use on other systems. All right, so how about we look up Linux friendly. Oh, of course. See, I hit the cap key there. Oh, that Apple Magic Trackpad actually works on Linux? PhotoArc T1 Plus. I don't know. I hate touchpads on a laptop. I do. Only $99.99. Yeah. Let's see. So I just looked at, but no, I need a T1. T1, it said, right? Wait. T1 Plus is a high precision Bluetooth touchpad, so T1. Oh. Well, Arc foldable keyboard with a touchpad. Oh, would that be worth it? Designed for Windows. This is the same one that I looked at? But is a touchpad more ergonomically? Let's see. Yeah, it probably wouldn't, but I don't know. I think there's probably I have my old um Samsung S2 that might be able to use as a touchpad type deal. I don't know. I can give that a try. Let's see. But let's see. Let's look at what Andy was saying. The PhotoArc E11. That is that 11? Yeah, 11 and L. I don't want to play. I wonder about the pricing Looks like they got a lot of them on sale, but interesting too. It connects to multiple systems. You know, it's hard to tell. I mean, I wonder if I went to Micro Center, if they've got any that I can, you know, that's out of the box. Yeah, $20 is not too bad at all. But you can connect up to 3 devices. Because I use DeskFlow to connect up multiple devices for my keyboard and mouse. So it's got left button, right button. Bluetooth rechargeable, Type-C charging. But yeah, we have a computer outlet store in the States here called Micro Center, and there's one that's about a half hour away from here from me, half hour, 40 minutes. Been there a few times in that. You can go broke going into Micro Center. Let's see, but I'm looking. And I know most mice will work on Windows as long as as long as one doesn't have to install the software, any software. Most mice are plug and play, right? Let's see. Yeah. But it looks like that my thumb would still be near the back buttons in that. Lori doesn't like it when you go to the Micro Center outside of Boston. It says you spend too much money. Yeah. Does Amazon in the US have good return policy? Yes, they do. They actually do. Mostly, it's like you usually have 30 days to return it or so. We'll take a look, and they'll tell you the return policy. Yeah, I've returned a few. I was able to return a icy dock once when I thought it wasn't working right. Let's see, specs. Let's get specs maybe. Doesn't say anything about Linux, Windows 8, 10 or later, Mac OS, Android. Let's figure if it's working on here. I know, let's do it. Let's ask the chat. Let's ask. Let's ask. The ProtoArch EM11NL vertical mouse is generally compatible with Linux via 2.4 gig USB receiver. or Bluetooth, offering plug-and-play functionality, navigation. Andy's AI. Oh, of course, AI, Andy Intelligence. Duh. But I just needed to speak in a German accent, you know? You just type the same thing. We can dive deeper into AI mode. We can get a review off of Reddit. Yeah, I think I'll head to Micro Center. Or I don't know. Because I think I still need to pay shipping. $18. Right, we're playing annoying tunes today. You got so fed up with YouTube today, you canceled all subscriptions, deleted history, and hoped it will let me start from scratch. What did you get fed up? I think the algorithm. I mean, if you come to our house and turn on YouTube, you're gonna know all about me. But it's all kind of left leading videos, home repair, Linux stuff, Windows tech stuff. What else? A bunch of reviews of flat earthers. Note, all buttons are not programmable and the forward and back buttons are not compatible with the Mac OS system. Let's see, return free 30-day refund replacement. The algorithm actually always shows videos. A lot of that's been coming up. I watched, got the little red line. But yeah, if you didn't watch the last couple of seconds or a video I watched 3 years ago, if I bring up something on OBS or something like that, all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, you need to watch this one again. It's like it's 3 years ago. It's not relevant. Not relevant. I don't know. I'll I had looked at this Anchor one, and it turns out like a lot of these, like if you look at any of the negative reviews, they're it's because people didn't like the way it felt, and that's the way, no issues with the functionality of it, just the way it felt. But which one? There was one here. See, I like this one kind of. If I can, I don't know if I'd be able to hold it though. The way my right thumb still stays up. Yeah, Logitech ones are not cheap. But see, like this grip there, but I can't. Oh, that it actually hurts if I try to pull my thumb down. Maybe I just start looking at a left and start training myself to play. Use my left hand. Glad we tested. That looks like a nice simple grip, but I literally can't. I can't. That's the problem, this thumb. And like I said, I'm trying to push my thumb down, and it's hurting. I feel it where I was cut. There's a AOC. Whoops. Now that one I'd probably be able to hold but not have to worry about the back buttons. I actually, the back button's really good to have once in a while, but I actually don't use it as much. They do decent displays too. Adjustable DPI, so that means pressure wise. Ooh, look at it. It's got a LED screen on it. Ooh. Connect up to 3 devices. Um, when I mentioned computer stuff with her, you would think that she would be. Let's see. Doesn't say. Ah, Chrome OS, Linux, Mac, and Windows. Okay. Here, let's pause. Let's listen to a review. Ooh, RGB. Ooh. Yeah, bad hair day too.
SLURM Initiative has joined on YouTube. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, Slurm.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
We're just looking at some ergonomic mices. So what I have the problem with is I can't bring my thumb down. So the position of back buttons are really an issue for me. I know, I was thinking of going to Micro Center. I was wondering if they could, let me try a couple out or feel them. He's getting all excited now. Oh yeah. Oh, ooh. Also, if you get an ergo anything, you'll have to adapt. We'll have adaptation pain. Yep. You might think it's hurting you instead of helping, but it takes a few days. I understand. Yeah. I know you have issues, right? If after a week or so it's still hurting, you need something else. Soreness from adaptation is one thing. Pain from them is different. I like on this one how the back buttons are lower, so my thumb won't accidentally hit it. Because in gripping it, my thumb is always going to stay up. So we looked at a couple where the buttons are right there, but here the buttons are lower. So I wouldn't have to, I don't care about the back buttons. You spent nearly $400 on a keyboard after doing tons of research. Yeah, I mean, and you're right. It's personal, and how they feel. I wouldn't want to keep ordering these and sending them back. So I think going to Micro Center. Because what's good is as I'm looking at these too, there's like a 30-day return policy on these. You have a Logitech G50, G502 where the thumb rests on the side. Yeah, I've seen where some actually have where it's larger, but they're more of a mouse. Yeah, that makes sense, Slurm. You need to use it at your desk with your posture and chair. The guy has an unsettling stare, which it was nice, not naive. Yeah, I thought that was maybe German for something. Naive. Oh, it's so naive. Yeah, it's naive. Naive is like a means good. American won't know the difference. Yeah, maybe I'll just start ordering them and then returning them. It could be a long journey, but um like that city in Italy, Neve. Okay. Right. She's a little more excitable about her. Oh, Karen, I know. God damn Karen. Karen. Come on, Karen. Go. I have a problem, okay? God. Thanks. All right. Oh, I didn't turn on. I turned the audio off. Okay. It gives me a starting point. So this one was, come on, Mousy. Do. $30. This one. Add delivery to it, but Omega Beast, Mr. Ramon, how are ya? Oh, so this is outside right now. Omega Beast, you don't see this stuff, do you? He's down in São Paulo. How warm is it by you, Omega? Huh? How warm?
Omega Beasts has joined the chat. Welcome to the stream.
So you doing well? You doing okay? So we were looking at the ergonomic mouses. Yeah, that's live. That's out my window. Not a real heavy snow. Yeah, well, it's got, it's going to be designed different, so it's not going to be cheap. I mean, the cheap ones are the ones you have to worry about, right? You take your PC. Don't you do that yourself, Omega? Once a month, I blow yes, once a month I blow my PC out. um, one of these days, I'll actually use the shop vac. really give it a good blowing every few months. But anytime that I open up my case, I'll blow it out, especially around I have a screen near the power supply, and that gets clogged a lot. But yeah, sort of the like the ergonomic, they're going to be different in that. Like the one that Vince recommended in Telegram, that's more of a mouse where I'm looking for the more of a handshake type, because this is where that's as low as my thumb can go compared to my left. I have real good mobile. I can't lower my thumb like that, like I can with my left. And then the one that Vince recommended had all sorts of bells and whistles, and you got to program it in that. That's not what I'm looking for. You think your fans might need some oil lube? Hey, you got to be careful though with oiling fans. Probably a silicone base if you're going to do it. Might be cheaper just to replace them. I don't know. It's not really, I'm sure you have you can order what I keep telling you need to order a um power sprayer air thing instead of buying these cans. These air cans here. These are good for like little stuff. But these air cans are costly. They're here in the US, these are like almost $8 a can. And they're good for a quick blow. They're really good for laptops and that. But I'm gonna get one of those electric ones that you have consistent air. But I'm used to taking my PC apart, and fans at least when I bought them, I bought like a box of 6 or something like that, and it was like $20 maybe. Oh, there you go. So here we'll highlight that one. Slurm says, okay, here's my advice. Get a Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2. It weighs nothing at all and it's fairly comfy. You can just use it like a normal mouse, and then get a foot pedal for additional buttons. Yeah, until I start listening to some tune that makes me tap my foot. It's like, what's going on? All right, let's look that one up. You need a lighter mouse to be able to use it without having much grip to it. Yeah, I can understand that. So, Slurm, I went back. Now we'll talk about this in just a minute. Let's look up your thing here. So that was a Logitech. G Pro X. Sounds like my new spaceship, a G Pro X super light. All right. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have much of a problem if I can disconnect or deactivate the front and back buttons. Yeah, $180 for a mouse like this. No, the mouse itself, the way my hand is, it just. Because as bad as my thumb is, my index finger is not much better, and I'm always kind of tapping. That's what I got to look at. Yeah, I have basically I have three fans, two front fans and a rear fan in my system. That's it. And I have they're actually out in my garage. I have two more fans that I have. Yeah, that's a hefty price tag. One that you can't really test out in that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play the test game and order some of these. Maybe go to Micro Center. You can turn out. This is this has no, like the mouse I have now. I have it's a what is it? It's a Corsair Guitar Pro. I got from Best Buy. This is. Oh, what the see? Where? Of course, I looked at the mouse and I changed thing. So basically, this is the one I have. And it works fine on Linux. Actually, mine's not wireless though. I got the wired mouse. Do. I don't think this one's I don't think you can kill the right click, because I know, and I don't find any settings in like Windows or that. You really need to look into the foot pedal. I know it sounds silly, but it can be a huge quality of life improvement for you. Okay. This one didn't have any software to it. This was just a wired mouse. There's no programming to it. I just bought at the time. I just needed a mouse, and um, Best Buy actually had them on sale, and I can get it that same day. But let's see. Did it have? And this is it's a very light mouse. This is the one I have right now. Or Sarah, I don't. Yeah, this one. So even this simple mouse, this will all right. I don't know if I want to do it while I'm on stream, but I'll check that out. You know, the issue I think will be on like when I go into my Linux setup, which so this past week I've had a bunch of tech issues between Windows and Linux. Windows, the Windows 11 update, the one that ends in what was that, 4109, was their first big update of the year. Did a lot of crap on the system. Do you have a Corsair mouse? So it should work with any. I'll take a look at it. I downloaded it. Oh, there's my son shoveling. We have to stop for a minute. Look at that guy. 2 shovels. He's using 2 shovels. He's getting his workout in. Look at, yeah, I when I was a little more healthier, black belt style, yes. Snow in, snow out. Snow up, snow down. He shovels much better than he used to. Wow, I didn't realize, I wasn't paying attention. He was out there for a while. Look at, he's doing a pretty good job. But that's the snow's really, really light. That's my son. Good boy. So anyway, Adam, so Windows update was messing up things where the desktop wouldn't show up for a couple minutes. I know a lot of users have said that it's messed up their OneDrive and that. I will, Andy. I'll tell him, job well done. And I noticed at when I went to the doctor this week that they were having issues getting into stuff, you know. And then Pop Cosmic took a crap on me. There was an update there, and did a reboot, and nothing. Total blank screen running. I can't get into TTY. I can't bring up anything. And I'm thinking a bit may have to do with the new RTX card. Although it installed the 580 driver. So long story short, I went back to Endeavor. And Endeavor now is I'm on an Arch-based system for good. Yeah. I love that desktop. I love it. It looks so nice, easy to customize. It looks good. Because I loved regular Pop OS. I wouldn't say it's garbage, but so I know you said that KDE, is so good now. So I downloaded and installed the Endeavor with KDE. I could not get the login screen. I couldn't get that straightened out. It was all messed up, monitor sideways and things like that, trying to log in. Tried a couple of fixes there, couldn't get it. I just went back to, I reinstalled with KD, oh, not KD. I reinstalled Endeavor with GNOME. I don't know. I just GNOME is so good for me. And I installed where's Carmine? You need extensions. So here's what my desktop looks like now. On it's I installed dash the dock, dash the panel. Uh, blur my shell, and I'm good. It's funny because Carmine loves Zorin, and it's all extensions. I have problems with things no one else does. You know, the 3 monitors, I couldn't get the login screen, so I couldn't get it. I tried the global settings, so the mouse would show up on the left monitor, but I couldn't go to the right. It was like I had to go around the room and bring the mouse to the other side. And then the middle monitor was up, was sideways. I couldn't get that straightened out on the login screen. And just to me, there's just too much stuff in KDE. So I am now on Endeavor GNOME. And it looks good. It's so pretty. I'm so happy there. All right, come on, that music sucks. Let's find some more music here. But yeah, it was a week of tech issues, one after the other. Just and I may have considered getting in the chat last night on I did briefly get in the chat, but get on and talk about Cosmic, but I was at my father-in-law was in the hospital again, so we were at the hospital. My son got his 4th degree black belt yesterday. But it's good. I don't know. I had been on pop for 4 years, and I just getting the updriver. So I'm talking like a president. I'm making no sense. I'm doing the weave. Endeavor gives me the 590 driver. Oh, Andy's gonna make some pizza. Andy, wait, don't go yet, Andy. I want to show you something. Give me a minute. Here we go. 3-meat pizza I made for my son: bacon, sausage, and pepperoni. Look at that. Look at that thing of beauty. That's my pizzas. So, having the right pan, that pan browns perfectly. That's 9 minutes at a 500-degree oven. I'm not sure what that would be in, see. So I make a real thin crust pizza now. That was really good. I was really it was a good week for cooking. I did I made a chicken jambalaya this week. I made a nice beef stew. Um oh yeah, and here, carnitas. I made some pork carnitas in a slow cook in a not a slow cooker, in a Instapot. I won't say it was instant because it took an hour and 20 to cook. But then I took it out, and really funny, you use orange juice as the liquid. Does not taste orangey at all. I think there was a little bit too much chili powder in the recipe, maybe a little more cumin. And then I took it out of the pan, broke it up, put it in the oven under a broiler to give it that nice carnita crispiness. And we made carnitas tostadas. So I may have had problems with tech this week, but cooking was a good week. It was a good week. Good week. And then tomorrow, for a surprise, I think he knows where we're going. But it's a big thing. My son, 4th-degree black belt. He's been in karate for 24 years. And we are going to go to a Brazilian one for you. Omega's like, oh yeah, we eat that all the time. We're going to a Brazilian steakhouse tomorrow. We're going to Texas State, Brazil. That's going to be a surprise dinner. Not cheap. About $60, $60, $70 a person. But it's all you can eat. I made 2 things of coffee today. But go make your pizza now, Andy. Need to see a picture. You can post me a picture on my Discord. But yeah, it was a good week. I like to find new ways to cook, or new recipes. But I think I'm kind of tacoed out because we had actually last Monday I picked up tacos from a steak tacos from a taco place near us. Very traditional. Like you can barely read the menu, it's all in Spanish. But they make a real good guac. I do really good on my guac and my salsa. So, but that was good. So who else likes to cook? I know Slurm, you and Nessa like to experiment and make things really good. Excuse me a second. Oops, wrong scene. There we go. Look at that driveway. Although this is there's the roof line right here. And look, you can still see the snow. Just figured I'd do something different. And I'll tell you, I'm watching. Let's look at the stats on this RTX 60. I bumped up. I went back to you guys should be seeing this in 1080p, right? You guys should be seeing this in 1080. And where's my stats? Oh, right there. There's stats. So here are the stats with this card. Look at that. Coding lag. So negligible. But the problem, it does raise the output. Like almost 5 gigs for streaming so far, multi-streaming. And no issues whatsoever. So far, I'm pretty happy with this card. So, but yeah, bad tech issues, but good food, good eating. Terrible news, terrible stuff happening in the States. And I want to congratulate our president for stopping the ninth war, his own. Congratulations, Mr. President. You are amazing. What else has been going on? Yeah, just want to get through this tech stuff. But damn, it's Windows, Linux, it doesn't matter. There's just issues across the board. But what else? What else is going on? I added several new actions. Should maybe make a thing that lets you know I got new, maybe an asterisk by the commands or something like that. But the new command random will bring up a random clip. Karen, you get a Karen now. I got 3 of them. I'm trying to find more with this girl. This is my Karen. Sorry for all the Karens out there. Let's see, and then random guy. It's between me. I gotta redo my videos that I created with myself, like this one. Because I used the green screen. Now I gotta redo them with the background remover. So a lot of the ones that I added, like this guy. I use the NVIDIA background remover on the video clip. And then I couldn't get Vince to do this slurm, so I found another actor. Again, I use the NVIDIA background remover. And then for those that watch me, hey, sorry, dude. We pat your head here. Yeah. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. And it's nice not having to have a green screen up. And I have to take a picture. So the background, like if I turn it on, it's off a little bit there. It's actually not too bad. But I would have to adjust the camera to where I take a picture of the background so it's pretty close because I can't set up my camera. I have to I because I use the S8 the Droid Cam to turn it on and off or to set up a Droid Cam. I have to reach the screen, and I can't because the screen is or the camera, the phone's right here, and I got to turn it to get to it. So one of these days I'll get a new cam. But I think the S8 is great for a video cam. Better than the 920s. I used to love the 920s. In regular, really good sunlight, a Logitech 920s are so good. But with lighting, they don't seem to be as good. Especially with when I was working with the background remover. But going back to the tech stuff, I am, I'm checking out the flat pack OBS. When I was streaming and I was on Endeavor before, I was using the AUR version, the install of OBS, because I can get all the plugins because they package them up in the AUR. And I'm like, oh, Steve, the AUR. Now, I actually had no issues with the system messing up. Because the guy that packages up the OBS with browser source, Tynan, does a real good job with it. And though it's not official, they will support it on the OBS forum because he does stuff for OBS there in the Linux side. And he's packaged up a lot of the plugins that you can find in the AUR. The problem I have with the flat pack is literally half the plugins that I like to use, because you can't really just in the early days of the flat pack you can still get it in there, but 9 times out of 10 that plugin's not going to work the way that they've improved flat packs. Even getting flat seal and opening up permissions. So I would have to rebuild my stream. Well, I still would have to install StreamerBot. But I wouldn't get SpeakerBot, so I wouldn't be able to change my voices. Now there are voice changers, or you can use the pulse audio controller or whatever to change your voices, but then you can't connect that to StreamerBot to do it automatically. Like when I go into hologram or matrix and all that. When it comes to think of it, I only have those 4 scenes. But I do change my voice on a couple others and that, so. And the VSTs don't work in Wayland for OBS because of the custom browser dock basically it uses. So I'll have to look at that, This is why I went to Windows to stream, because I can use stuff without having to play around. So we'll see how I do with that stuff. Outside of that, just making things, trying to find better ways to do things. Like I said, with the background remover now, I can make more clips. That's going to be cool. To add more actions. but my wife works today, so I'm going to go visit her before she goes to work. I want to, I'm going to say goodbye. So thanks you guys for helping me with the ergonomics and the suggestions. I will check out the foot pedals form, definitely. Anything that makes things easier. Friday, let's say goodbye. Friday, let's say goodbye. There we go. All right. I want to thank Andy. And thank you, Andy, for the subscribe. You didn't have to do that. I really appreciate it. Thank you, young man. Have fun making your pizza. Miss Yvette, Miss YS Books, Mr. Oz, my buddy near Miami, Florida, in 70-degree weather. Sam, Storm Initiative, and Omega Beast, another one in warm weather. Curses, you guys. All right. So I won't be on until Tuesday. I'm kind of changing my names around, but you know, Toolbox Tuesday, we're gonna work on some things. We'll see if I can get this stuff working properly. So I hope you have a good Sunday morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are from. I thank you for joining me. Take care. Love you guys. Bye now.
Goodbye everyone. Thanks for watching.